Well, good morning everybody, and welcome to another scenery review. This is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, with another one. We are in the African continent again. We're in South Africa, and you're looking at Lanseria International Airport, Foxtrot Alpha Lima Alpha. This is a payware version by Kalos Aerial. This is version 2.1. Pieter very kindly has lent me a copy of this so I can review it in full. This is the latest version he's come up with, version 2.1, and it's useful to note that this is available for both PC and Xbox versions of Flight Simulator 2020. Download is 474 meg and it installs at 775 meg. It's available from both SimMarket and FlightSim.to. The standard price at the moment is €16.80, which equates to $17.01 US, or £14.21 UK. US and UK prices are estimates and include VAT and tax, which may vary depending on your country of purchase. I should also say that currently this product is on a special sale introductory price at FlightSim.to. for £7.60, so basically half price, which equates to $9.10 or €8.99. So if you want to go and grab this scenery, you can get it from FlightSim.to at about half price. One other small fact: what you will download is a zip file, and within that zip file is another zip file. So open the first one, then open the second one, and then you'll see the folder which goes into the community folder to show the scenery. So there you go, it's Lanseria International Airport, Foxtrot Alpha Lima Alpha. This is a sort of a relief airport for Johannesburg International, and we'll go into that now when we talk about some history. So as ever, let's give you some history behind this airport. Lanseria International Airport, Foxtrot Alpha Lima Alpha, is a privately owned international airport situated north of the towns of Randburg and Sandton and northwest of the city of Johannesburg in the Republic of South Africa. The airport can handle aircraft up to the size of Boeing 757-300 and was built to ease traffic congestion at Oliver Tambo International in Johannesburg, which is the main airport. At this airport, Lanseria lies at an elevation of 4,520 feet, or 1,378 meters, so it's another reasonably high altitude airport. Lanseria Airport started out as a grass strip airfield in 1972, the brainchild of two Pretoria pilots, Fanny Hacker and Abe Scheer. The land was originally bought by Krugersdorp and Roodepoort municipality together with the Transvaal Peri-Urban Board and contracted to Lanseria Management Company on a 99-year lease since 1972. The airport was officially opened by the then Minister of Transport, Hannes Raal, in August of 1974. When Nelson Mandela was released from prison in 1990, he was flown to Johannesburg and landed at Lanseria Airport. In November of 2012, the airport was sold to a consortium consisting of Harith, an infrastructure development fund management company, the Women's Empowerment Company Nozala, and the Government Employee Pension Fund through the Public Investment Corporation. November 2013, the airport opened its new 45-metre wide runway and also closed the existing 30-metre wide runway. Kulula was the first airline to land on the new runway. In November 2017, airport officials announced that they were negotiating with Air Namibia, Kenya Airways, Air Mauritius and Air Botswana for flights to and from the airport as part of their expansion plan. So there's a bit of history for you. Pieter, the guy who runs this, who does this scenery, is sort of relatively new to this, although he's produced a few lovely little sceneries and his skills are improving as time goes on. He's a smashing guy. I had conversations with him and he's doing really well. And this is another example of a really nice little scenery in South Africa, well worth the purchase. He's a one-man band, so things do take time. But it's really, really nice. I've had a good look over and it's a relatively straightforward, simple scenery, but it's been quite nicely done. There's practically no internal building development, but what is there is really nicely done. Anyway, let's have a look at Runways and take the light down. So Lanseria International Airport operates a single runway, 0725, which is 9,829 feet long, or 2,996 meters, and is made from asphalt. Runway 07, and we're looking down the throat of that runway now, has a standard Cat 1 instrument landing system and also features high-intensity airfield lighting system and precision approach path indicators on both sides of the runway. And here you can see them, and here you can see we've got enhanced lighting around the approach. Runway 07 is equipped with an ILS Cat 1 and is directed at 0.47 degrees east of true north. So the actual heading of the runway is 047 degrees. The runway also has a 1.5 degree gradient sloping up towards the southwest end of the runway. Despite this gradient, the preferred landing direction is from the southwest, i.e. landing on runway 07, which is this one. And for this one you have, as I said, the standard Cat 1 ILS. You also have an RNAP approach, and there are 2 VR approach options too. From looking at the runway, I did traverse down the runway. I can't see any type of gradient or slope. It may be that it's a new thing, or it may be a little bit more subtle and I have to actually land on the runway to detect the slope. But having gone down it at low level during an earlier excursion here, I haven't seen it. Anyway, let's have a look at runway 25. So here we are looking down the slope of runway 25. As you can see, it has pretty much no approach lighting system. Runway 25 features an RNP approach option only, and also has the high intensity airfield lighting system and precision approach path indicators on both sides of the runway. So you can do a visual approach into here because you've got the PAPIs, and again you can see the lighting on the runway generally is a quite high standard, including the end identifier lighting. So that about does it for history and runways, but as you can see, I mean, my first impressions going around this airport, that it's really nice. He's done a really nice job on an interesting little airport, which again lies in one of these quite interesting locations, and once again great to see yet another South African airport coming along. Pieta does have an additional scenery, Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Lima, which I will also try to look at as well this week, hopefully get that video out. But for the moment, let's get down low here and have a look at the airport and the ramp and see what it looks like and what's included. Okay, to start with a couple of quick shots around the parking ramp. Here's the main terminal, and here's my A320neo VAP Air sitting on Bravo 8 stand. As you can see, it's nicely modelled, very clean, crisp textures. I know a lot of people don't like the sort of brightness of all of this, but for me, I like it. I enjoy the clean crispness of it all, what looks like a brand new airport. I really quite like that. And here you can see the model on the outside of the building, and this is pretty much exactly as per the real building, which I've looked at in research before doing this review. Here we are looking in the other direction. There's stand Bravo 10. There's a few models and bits and pieces around. There's a slightly higher overview there to show you the rest of that parking area and the area behind the terminal, and a shot looking the other way to show you the rest of the building there. And this is a multi-tool story car park behind them, where it's got cars in there too. Here you've got part of the fuel farm, and this is parking and hangarage for private aircraft, and you've got additional parking stands here. So let's get down low and have a closer look at some of these things. So let's start with a little tour across the ramp here. As you can see, it's nicely modelled, very clean and crisp, some beautiful signage on the ramp there. And coming to the other part round the other side here, it's really nicely done. Just come up a little bit. So there you can get a little bit of a look at the outside part of the terminal. The modelling is really quite nice, the roads look good, they're crisp. There you've got parked vehicles, rusty containers, nice foliage and bits and pieces. It's really nicely modelled. That's the only anomaly I found, is cars going out in and out all over the place. There's the little power station behind the airport, and as you can see, the modelling is really nice and the roads have been nicely done. There the road goes all the way out to the threshold of the other end of the runway. Out over here. These are basic sort of buildings, hangarage for private aircraft and stuff, no internal modelling, but they look nice and they've been well done. So we just come back the other way and you get another look at the buildings and the power station there. Some other bits and pieces and clutter. Here's the car park. Again, there's the anomaly where the vehicles are coming in and out all over the place. That probably needs to be corrected. So let's go down and have a look at a little bit lower towards the landside part of the terminal. Again, modelling is really quite nice here. Very, very pleasantly done. There's a good difference of vehicles. A couple of coaches there. And here you can see to the right this multi-story car park. I mean, this is lovely. This is really nicely done. As looking towards the car park on the other side. The only other anomaly I can see is here you've got little items that are slightly off the ground, and again in the car park there are one or two of these. Nice little shot of the landside part of the terminal there. Beautifully done. And looking towards the landside multi-story car park, there you can see loads of cars in there, and all looks nice. Beautifully done, very pleased with that. So there you can see the models that are sitting in the air above the ground, which probably needs to be corrected. But again, beautiful roads here and signage. All looks really, really good. We'll sort of head out of the airport on this road here. There you've got some more buses. There's the Executive Jet Centre to the left. So here we are going out towards the landside road, which continues to the point where it joins the photo scenery. And there's a look from way back landside showing you to the approach road towards the terminal. So let's just have a little trip here landside across the landside area. There you can see covered parking for lots of cars, a fuel farm to the right and some entry barriers down here. Lots of car parking space. And there's the fuel farm landside there. And apart from the vehicle anomalies to the right, this car park doesn't seem to be affected by floating cars. So let's just traverse the private hangarage and have a look. Again, the details perfectly acceptable, nothing fantastic, but nice models nonetheless, with various general aviation type aircraft parked here and there, plus the odd jet or two. And there's some private avgas or jet fuel there. Really good little fence line. Concrete looks good. There are one or two of these sort of fake aircraft shadows. This isn't the only one. There are a few others around which probably need to be removed if they could be. But as you can see, taxiway goes all the way out here, You've got the blue airfield edge lights which are required. Runway signage there, perfectly acceptable. And there's the windsock. We just traverse across here. Here's your grass area. There are the PAPI lights on the right side and left side of the runway. And here you've got a taxiway sign which denotes the taxiway at the end of this runway, which is why you can't see it on this side. There we go, we turn it round. There's exit Alpha 1 at the from landing on 07. So a little run down the runway. As you can see, runway is fine, perfectly okay, no problems with it at all. I can't really see any noticeable slope, but it may be that we'll just have to actually land on it. There's a sign that comes on the left that gives you the exit to Bravo left and right, and another one on the right hand side there if you're landing in this direction. So more private hangarage on this side of the airport. I'm not sure if this is military or whether this is just exactly the same part of it, as it were. But it all looks nice, as I say, nicely done. Nothing huge to write home about, but it all looks good. Here we come to the fire station and the control tower. So there you go, little shot of the fire station and the control tower from the land side part. There's the fence line, a couple of parked cars. Fire engines look nice and they're in their station there. There's no internal development inside the control tower as far as I can see. And there's a shot from the other side of the fire station and the control tower. All looks really nice. And to the other direction. So we cross the runway here and have a look at the Executive Jet Center. As you can see, a nice building. There's not so much in terms of internal modelling, but because of the hangar doors are open, you can see inside. Not sure if that's meant to look the way it is. It doesn't really look like the inside of a hangar because there's no modelling, so maybe this needs to be modelled inside to make it look a little bit more realistic, like a building. And there's the building of the main Executive Jet Center. Again, no internal modelling that I can see there either. And they're a slightly elevated shot to give you a view of the Executive Jet Center in the foreground, plus the parking. And other additional bits and pieces. Have to say it looks perfectly nice. Love the palm trees. Foliage is good wherever you see it. I've looked closely at the runway. I've not seen any vehicles going down the runway. I have seen an Asobo car crossing the runway one side to the other quite infrequently. Okay, that's not as bad. I mean, we don't really want any vehicles on the runway at all really in these sceneries, but I think I can cope with that. But obviously if the author can remove it, then that would be a good thing. So there you go, that's a quick overview of the airport and what you can see here. Let's lower the lighting now and have a look at see what it looks like at dusk. So here we are, 5:45 in the evening. As you can see, the sun is all but gone down. Lighting on the airport looks perfectly acceptable. Here you can see your blue airfield edge lights which denote taxiways. No green centerline lighting that I can see, but the signage looks okay and the ramp area seems to be nicely lit. They're looking towards the threshold of runway 25 in the distance. Again, you can see the runway is nicely lit. Taxiway signage denoted by the blue airfield edge lights. Some nice subtle lighting around, not too much, but just enough. But where you need it in terms of international flights, there you can see it on the airfield you need is exactly what you need. So there's the Executive Jet Center just down there below. Again, the lighting is excellent and it comes from the correct sources, which is good. No Asobo globes that I can see anywhere. Helicopter landing points are nicely illuminated, are nicely demarked here as well. You can see them easily. So anybody flying helicopters out here. Again, taxiways up to the end of the runway. This is the threshold of 07. no problems at all with the lighting. And then looking to the other side, the private hangars and bits and pieces on the other side of the runway, there you can see perfectly adequate lighting, no problems at all. So let's take the lighting right down to the darkness. So here we are, 8:15 in the evening. The sun is pretty much right gone now, and as you can see, the ramp itself, lighting on the main ramp and the executive jet center to the left there is excellent, perfectly adequate, plenty of lighting. And again, landside of the terminal, you've got subtle lighting which makes the airport come to life a little bit more. There, looking down the runway, that other end in the distance is runway 25 threshold. Again, taxiway lighting looks fine with the blue lights, and the lighting on the other side of the runway there looks good too. And looking in the other direction, no problems at all there. So just a quick tour here, show you the lighting. Everything looks good. There's not a single Asobo globe in existence, which is good. But the signs are nicely lit as well. Ground markings are still excellent. All looks very, very nice. Part of the executive jet center there that is lit, no problem at all there. And here again, looking landside of the terminal, lighting just looks nice. The hoarding signs look good, and you can see here various bits and pieces that are all nicely lit. Everywhere you look, it's just very pleasant. Pity about the floating cars, but I'm sure they can be fixed. Here we are, just coming landside. I love those trees. And you can see there also, if I stop for a minute here, the multi-storey car park is lit, which is lovely. That's really, really good. Quick look inside, car models are fine. The only thing is they do appear to be floating, but I'm sure that will be fixed at some point. Doesn't make any difference to the quality of the scenery, to be honest. Everywhere you look, it's just lovely, no problems at all. Another look across the ramp there, and that way too. Beautiful starry night tonight. So let's bring the lighting up to dawn. So 6:55 in the morning, and as you can see the dawn's coming up. The lighting on the buildings is still there, but it's about to sort of fade out. And there's another shot across the ramp looking from the center of the runway. Once again, yet another scenery like many others that really sort of come to life at this time of the day or night. Beautiful sunset filled mountains in the distance there. And there's the sun about to come up in the distance on the runway 25N. That's the far eastern part of the airfield. So 7:30 in the morning, and as you can see, the sun is really beginning to come up really well now, some 50 minutes or an hour later. Really, really nice. Time to wind up this review and let me tell you what I think. Do I like it? Yeah, it's lovely. A couple of really good positive things about it. Firstly, it's yet another airport in Africa, which really increases our ability to fly into decent airports in various places on the African continent, and I know there's many simmers that will enjoy that. It's accurately done. It's very nice, crisp and clear. Pretty much everything seems to work okay. It's quality. It's quite nice. A couple of the little issues to be solved. Okay, I couldn't see a slope on the runway. 1.5% probably isn't very much, but that's not a real showstopper for me. What is a bit of a showstopper is vehicles going onto the main runway once again. I'd like that fixed if it could be in the next version, if it was. And the only other anomaly I found, of course, is those cars darting in and out where they really shouldn't be. What would I like to see to make this really a lot better? I suppose maybe a little bit internal development in the main terminal would be nice. The runway's fine. Control tower development would be good too, would make this a really impressive little scenery. Not that it isn't already. I like it, and I will be flying in here. It's another place that certainly worth doing a video and having a look at. The price, well, as I say, at the moment you're really lucky because it's on an introductory price sale on flightsim.to for £7.06 or $9.10 or €8.99, which I think is a steal, to be honest. It's really nice. Do I think it's worth its marketed price at €16? You're probably just about. I would think it was probably worth more like 14. It's a good, well-designed product, but there are lots of things in it that don't that exist in products around that price that aren't in this scenery. You normally expect to see a little internal development, maybe, but I don't know. A little disclaimer. I mean, I'm given this to review. I didn't buy it. But it's another wonderful little airport in Africa that's been nicely done, a huge improvement on the default, absolutely, so it's certainly worth it in that terms. But at the moment, like I said, you get it on sale. I don't know how long that sale is going to last for, but it's a really, really nice little airport. And another big bonus, it's also available for Xbox. So any of you South African simmers who do this on Xbox, it's available for you. It's another big plus in a way for so many simmers who fly on Xbox. So do I like it? Do I think it's worth the price? Yeah, I'm not unhappy about it at all. If I paid for it, I wouldn't be disappointed. It's a lovely little scenery. So Lanseria International Airport, Foxtrot Alpha, Lima Alpha, payware version by Kalius Aerial. This is version 2.1. Chap called Peter, who's a single one-man band who did this, is available for PC and Xbox versions. Download at 474 meg, installs at 775 meg, and is available both at Sim Market, where you'll see the original prices I talked about, or if you go to flightsim.to at the moment, it's available at pretty much nearly half price. The only other thing to remember is when you download it, you get a zip file, and within that zip file is another zip file. So make sure you open up the second zip file to get the folder, which should go into the community folder. So thanks for watching. This is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, wrapping up another review. I'm going to try and get a review in of Peter's other scenery, Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Lima, another little South African airport. Watch out for another review coming this week of Tango Tango Charlie Papa. That's Tobago, Robinson International Airport in the Caribbean. Another stunning scenery, which again was given to me by the authors, Wakan Hula Studios. Probably didn't pronounce that right, but watch out for that. That's coming this week too, as long as I can get that out for you. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to the 402 subscribers I have. It's going up, and I'm pleased about it after working sort of nearly 2 years at doing this and hopefully improving some of my editing skills. Thank you very much. If you guys got any comments put them in the comment section below. If you like the format of the way I do these videos, happy for you to comment on that. If there's anything else you'd like to see, or that you'd like to see changed in the way I do what I do, I'm open to hearing that. So thanks again, thanks for watching. This is Lee saying bye for now. I'll see you in the next video. Take care now, bye bye.